What's going on YouTube? It is I, TevinElChopo. Friends call me Chop, and we are back with another review. This time we're talking about 21 Savage's new album, American Dream. 21 Savage is an Atlanta rapper who's coming off of his last project, Her Loss, that he did with Drake. Now, that album I did not particularly care for because it didn't really feel like a collaborative effort between the two artists as much as it felt like a Drake album featuring 21 Savage, you know. But 21 has been on a tear since he came out in the 2010s with many acclaimed projects, singles, even a Grammy win. And he's definitely an artist that I've been a fan of for years now. Even if I didn't particularly like his album with Drake, I've always found his stone cold delivery to be always interesting. He's not the most lyrical rapper in the world by any means, but he definitely knows how to be diverse in terms of his content of what he's talking about. He also isn't afraid to flex his muscle on various types of instrumentations and production. So I always find his music to be interesting. So coming into this album, I was really excited to hear it. And now that I've heard the album, while I don't think this is necessarily his best work, I do think that if you are a fan of his, that you would enjoy it. So the first song, American Dream, is essentially just an introduction that leads into the next song, All of Me. Now with All of Me, I do enjoy the soulful sample within the production. I think 21 did his thing in terms of his delivery, and I definitely enjoyed the song. It was definitely a great way to start the album for sure. That song then leads into Red Rum, which is one of the singles from the album. I do also enjoy this song as well. 21 Savage, again, is just so cold in his delivery when he's rapping a lot about, you know, murder and things of that nature. It's always cutthroat and it's always worth hearing for me. I definitely also enjoyed it as well because it has some type of similar elements from the last song in terms of just the production and just the samples and things of that nature. But it was definitely an enjoyable time, and I definitely come back to that song more than any song on the album for sure. From there, we have Never Have I Ever with Doja Cat. I'm not the biggest fan of Doja Cat personally, but I did find their combination to be very, very entertaining. I definitely like the instrumental on here as well. And I think that not only 21 delivered, but I think Doja Cat was able to deliver a solid rap verse as well. Now, Sneaky is where things gets a little shaky for me. Now, as much as I think the production is okay, it didn't really wow me in any real capacity. And 21 kind of the same way. I think that his flow that he does on the track is fine enough, but it's pretty run of the mill. Same with the song Pop Your Shiggity. Try not to cuss in this review, with Young Thug and Metro Boomin on the production. I think the production was relatively solid. 21 was fine. Honestly, I know this is not the time to throw Young Thug slander, and this is not me trying to slander him at all, but I do think his feature was kind of mid. He didn't really do or say anything that I found interesting. I take that back. He did say one thing that I did find interesting, but not for any of the good reasons. I think it was his last line where he said, "Shorty got a booty big like Bruce." Who is Bruce? I don't know what Thug meant by that at all. Now the next song, Letter to My Brother, is definitely more of a heartfelt song that kind of speaks more to just the people that 21 has lost in the streets, the family, the friends, things of that nature that he's lost through the street activity. And I think it was very heartfelt. I think it was very sentimental. And I think that more songs like this from 21 is definitely insightful and impactful, not only for us as fans, but for people who may be in similar situations that he came from as well. So I think it was a really good song. And then that song leads to Dangerous with Lil Durk, Metro Boomin also on the production for this song as well. I don't dislike this song per se, but I think that after Letter to My Brother, like the sequencing is a little weird for me, right? Like you had a whole song, you know, talking about how you miss your brother, right? And then you turn around and had a song immediately after that and talk about murder. Right all over again, right back to it. So I think that maybe changing the track list could have been a little bit different, or just putting those songs in different order or something that probably would have helped me. But I think the song is cool. Lil Durk was fine. The beat is okay. It's an okay song. You know, it's not as interesting as some of the earlier songs on the record, but it's not, you know, insulting or anything like that. Then you got Nina with Travis Scott. Now, I do think that this song is a step up from the previous one. I do enjoy the production from Metro on this song as well a lot better. And I think that Travis Scott, while I'm not the biggest Travis Scott fan at this point in his career, I do enjoy his feature. He does bring a lot of energy and a lot of impact to the song. And 21 also delivers as well with some more cutthroat bars and things like that. It's a solid track overall for sure. See the Real is the next song on the album that I kind of forgot was on the album. It's fine. You have 21 doing auto-tune, which he honestly doesn't sound terrible, but it's not something that I particularly care for. Again, I just think the song is relatively forgettable overall. Now, here is where I have to throw my disclaimer out, right? As a music fan, as a hip hop fan, I think that certain artists do well with certain topics, certain types of songs, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that I noticed, especially when it comes to trap rappers or even gangster rappers or anything along those lines, is that they always try to make love songs and it almost always does not work. All right, I think I spoke on this on another review in the past, where you can't give me a whole album where you're talking about murder and then try to serenade me with a love song. Like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't sound natural, and I've never been a fan of that type of thing. So for 21 to not give me not one, not two, but 3 love songs back to back to back after this point, it's a little bit much, okay? I really don't want to hear 21 in love, all right? I'm sure that love is an emotion that we all have, right? So he has every right to express himself as an artist and do it, but I don't think it works for any of these 3 songs. And that's not me saying that there's an issue with any of the actual features on any of these songs. I think Summer Walker did a solid job. I'm a fan of Burna Boy and his feature as well. But I just kind of feel like overall, again, the vibe just doesn't hit the way it's supposed to. I don't think that rappers of a certain niche in hip hop can pull this type of music off. More of the same reason why I didn't particularly care for 21's album with Drake, because Drake can pull those things off, but 21 not necessarily so much. So I wasn't really a fan of any of these 3 songs. I'm sure if you're a fan of the features, you may enjoy them more than me, but I'm not a fan of any artist doing this. You know, I think that certain artists can pull this off. I just don't think 21 is that artist, to be brutally honest. So take that as you want. Next, we have Red Sky, which is basically going back into the murder music again. I actually do really enjoy this song. It's very reminiscent of a song 21 did with Young Nudy on Metro Boomin's last project. I'm not really too sure what the song was called off the top of my head, but the vibe is very similar to me. It's very dark in the instrumentation. It's very sinister. 21 comes off with a mean, cold flow delivery. And I think it really works for him. And I think these are the types of songs that work for 21 more than making love songs. But again, that's just my opinion. So then you got the last song, Dark Days with Mariah the Scientist. Again, another song that's more introspective about his life in the streets and the trauma and things like that he's had to overcome to be successful. I do find this song to be a nice way to end the album. I did enjoy it overall. And I think that the Mariah the Scientist feature was also solid as well. So I think it was a good conclusion to this project overall. Now, with that being said, overall, I enjoyed this album. I think that, like I said, it wasn't necessarily as good as a Savage Mode 2 or even I Am Greater Than I Was, but I did enjoy it more than that Drake album he did with them. So yay. So yeah, overall, I think this is a solid 21 Savage project. If you are a fan of 21, I definitely think that there's definitely some music here for you and you will enjoy this, and you may even enjoy it more than me. Overall, I think there were some high highs. I think that there were definitely some lows as well. You know, I think that 21, when he plays to his strengths, is very, very, very interesting as an artist and can very much hold his own on tracks, just being who he is without having to be overly technical with his flows or being overly lyrical or even being lovey-dovey on a love song or anything like that. I think, again, playing to his strengths definitely keeps him in the good space for me. But overall, like I said, if you are a fan of 21 Savage, I'm sure you'll get something from this. If I had to give it a rating, I would give it 3 out of 5 flames for sure. Like I said, it wasn't his best project in these past few years, but it wasn't terrible. I definitely have come back to it multiple times, and I'm still excited to hear more music from him in the future for sure. But hey, that's my opinion. Let me know what you think of this album in the comments below. Also, while you're here, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Again, my name is TevinElChopo. Friends call me Chop. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.